Shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom, man. Shalom, shalom. Let's see if we can do this nice and smooth and quick. Because I only got so much amount of time. But this, what I'm about to bring out, it really don't really have to go like too crazy. Because it should just be straight on point. Like what my brother Bashar always say. Keep it nice, short, straight on point. Like my brother Yermayan always say, I want the lesson to be straight to the point, right? That's 9 to 13. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Shua Kakadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who've been ruled well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, regardless if you hear or forbear. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in His Spirit to endure. Mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in a spirit to endure. And a mighty shalom to shalom to the Aquas and the Aquafim that are married and single, that's in this thing, serving Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on your spirit to pursue to be a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not of faith. Like the title of this lesson is be certain about what you believe and consistent in what you say. That's really from Sirach, the 5th chapter, verse 9, I believe. 9 and 10. So I'm going to read it in the KJV and in the GNT, right? So in the KJV, Sirach chapter 5, verse 9, it says, "Win now, not with every wind, and go not into every way. For so doeth the sinner that have a dumb tongue." So don't go every way. Really, that's you having a double standard mind, right? You serving the Lord, but you see somewhere, this guy could be real. Or you believe in the Most High, but you praise money. I can't do nothing without money, right? It says, "Be stand fast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same," right? That goes with 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Be stand fast and unmovable, right? And always abounding in the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, and let thy word be the same. When you, especially when we growing in this truth, and the brothers that we around, our words should always be the same. Goes back to make sure you're being consistent what comes out of your mouth. You want everything that, if you believe in truth, always let truth come out of your mouth. Verse 12, it says, "If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth." So if you had the understanding, you should be feeding the flock, let alone if it's somebody in the midst that's asking a question, you should be giving out that answer. But if you don't have the answer, shut the hell up. Hey, anybody bringing out the MOTB is sin or is spiritual, you need to put your hand over your mouth. It's okay to say, hey, look, I do look at it as sin and spiritual, but I'm not really quite sure, because when you really go into words and then brothers say, hey, nah, we ain't got to go into words. But then you look at all your other videos, you go into words. So if you do not have the answer, just shut up. Just put your hand over your mouth. It's so many brothers that want to get in this thing, and because they have one precept, they ready. Oh yeah, let me talk about that. Let me get into that. And you don't even understand what the hell is going on. This is like what Elder Tahar and what even uh it's another brother. I can't think of his name, but Elder Tahar was like, even before you start teaching, you should be reading. You should be focusing on reading. Let alone, especially when it comes to camp and you like might be the main reader, you're gonna have more precepts than the actual teacher. Because everything he come out his mouth, you're gonna be able to line up them precepts. But it goes off of you reading. Right? So if you don't have the answer, put your hand over your mouth. 13. Honor and shame is in talk. and the tongue of man is his fall, right? The tongue of man is his fall. You know, a lot of great men, a lot of great kings fell because what they let come out their mouth. When you look at Rehoboam, you know, you had wise men telling him, you know, a prophet telling him, yo, listen to what the elders say, you know, and they said, hey, look, listen to them, be a servant to your people, and they'll serve you. And he's like, you know what? Let me go see what these young people, what these young bloods talking about. And then what he say? He said, my father affliction, my finger is going to be heavier than what my father did unto you. You know? And guess what? The tongue of a man is his fall. And Rehoboam, he fell. And Israel, in the northern kingdom fell with him. You know? Because we started to follow other ideologies, other philosophies. Right? So now, Sirach chapter 5, verse 9 to 13 in G&T, the Good News Translation. It says, be certain about what you believe and consistent in what you say. Don't try to please everyone or agree with everything people say, right? So be certain that you believe. That's you examining yourself. Second Thessalonians chapter 13, verse 5. You're examining yourself to see if you're in the faith, right? Be certain that be certain about what you believe. You got to be certain that you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. You shouldn't have no loopholes where somebody say something, you're like, ooh, that's good, and then it's really counter your judgment on Yahweh Shema Shai, especially them OT onlys, and so on and so on. It says, and like I was just saying, the MOTB, you know, I believe in Yahweh Shema Shai, and because of his prophecies and understanding these words, that prophecy is a physical prophecy that Jake will take and Jake won't take. Be consistent in what you say. So every time when you bringing it out, be consistent. You know, just like with Elder Tyra, you got to be consistent with this MOTB. You got to be consistent when it comes to prophecies. You got to be consistent about salvation. Got to be consistent, like how Elder Tyra here be like, if you don't do 3 videos out the week, you know, we teachers, man. You know, even if you're a student, apostle, or a prophet, and you picking up this word and you know this, you should be making more. You should be feeding the flock. You know, we getting almost to that end. You know, it says don't try to please everyone or agree with everything people say. And even my brothers and the elders, they always say, even though you watch these videos, you write these precepts down, go look them up and do research. You know, we don't want to be like a parrot, you know, gurgitating, mimicking everything you say, right? You should be able to go look at the scriptures and be like, oh, I see the same thing, mark up your Bible, right? It says, always be ready to listen, but take your time in answering, right? That's why a lot of us have to be fast to listen and slow to speak, you know? You don't, everything that's said don't need a response. Like I tell some of my kids, you know, a lot of my children want to have the last word. You know, I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. They want to have the last word, but you can't even buy a loaf of bread for 30 days straight. You can't even pay a water bill and you want to have the last word, you know? And still, when something comes, like it could be a lesson, somebody getting in trouble, if you don't know how to respond or say something, you should really think before you speak. Always be ready to listen and take your time to answer. Always be ready. And this is why a lot of us get in trouble and we do stupid shit, because we don't listen. We don't listen. We don't listen. You know, we don't listen. Women don't listen. Men don't listen. And then if a man going hard for the Lord, he's different. You know, we might respond different. You know, women, they growing in the Lord, but it's way different. And most women can't let go of certain things. You know, but when we come in this thing, you know, this is a learning situation we in. You know, in order to know your role, you have to listen. You know, I have to listen in order to bring out prophecies and parables. I have to listen. I have to understand where these is going to. I have to read them, let alone I have to believe in this word. You know, Verse 13, it says, answer only if you know what to say. And if you don't know what to say, keep quiet. That's fine. If you don't have the answer, if you don't know, just shut up. For kids, like, you can go, do anybody understand this? I'll do it. Hey, what this mean? Oh, and they want to hurry up and answer. No, it's okay to say, hey, I don't know. Because it shows that, hey, I don't have the answer. So if you don't, then you're giving the teacher the chance to give you the answer so you'll know. Don't be somebody that think they know it all. And then when you analyze how you think you know it all and you're not doing anything to know it, you know, if you're not practicing your due diligence to reading and it's not coming straight on your mind, do not open your mouth. You're not reading. You can't most likely remember a lesson somebody brought out. Maybe 5 scriptures. After they ask you a question, you might not even be able to remember 5 scriptures from their question. They be like, hey, so what was this lesson going, what did I go into? Most of y'all are just going to think the last thing you heard. But you can't analyze anything he said from the beginning to the end. Answer only if you know what to say. This goes for Christians, Muslims. If you coming against the men of the Lord, answer only if you know what to say. And if you don't know what to say, keep quiet. If somebody debunking your Muslim belief, Chinese belief, believing in a wall belief, believe you LGB12 community, if somebody, especially me, if I'm asking you a question about holidays, think and then give an answer. Because then right there and then, you're going to make it, we make our own self look bad, you know? So it's better just to be quiet. It says speaking can bring you either honor or disgrace. What you say can ruin you. And I say this, look, a lot of us even have to pray that, Lord willing, we teaching the right thing, Lord willing, we teaching the truth. And I say it to myself, you know, I do not want to lead brothers and sisters somewhere I don't want to go. You know, and I want Yahweh Shemal Shai to use me so that I can be teaching correctly. You know, reading it again, it says, speaking can bring you either honor or disgrace. What you say can ruin you. Right? So let's see this. Let's see what Yahweh Shai said at the age of 12. And this is my motivation because he's a 12-year-old boy. You know, a man technically, but a 12-year-old boy that's going hard for the Lord like that. You know, this is Luke chapter 2, starting at verse I'm going to start at 45. It says, and when they found him, because they were doing Passover, and then when they were about to go home, Yahweh Shai kind of tarried off and stayed in Jerusalem, and he went to the doctors of the law, you know. But let's read till we get there. It says, and when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, basically the doctors of the law, both hearing them and asking them questions. You know, he's hearing them and he's asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and his answers. They were shocked, like, yo, man, damn, his understanding, his answers, wow, it makes sense, da-da-da-da-da. And it's the same with the men of the Lord is doing, you know. Regardless if somebody watching you or not watching you, eventually when the Lord do send somebody, or if you in public, even though a lot of us don't really get views and nobody watches, hey, the Lord still count, you know, what you doing. You know, we not in here to be the top viewer person. Some people might have views and it's really just people when they can't watching their video. You know, I was just only just saying that on the side, but like this verse is going into, he's both hearing them and asking them questions, you know, as a 12-year-old boy. It says, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers, right? And on this side, only the elect really going to be astonished and amazed at, you know, how brothers is teaching, right? And it says, and when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing, right? And, you know, through the Spirit, this is a mother and a father. And just imagine a man when he's constantly giving his all to the Lord. His wife, yo, man, man, where were you, man? I thought we was gonna do this and do that. And this is what a man. This is what a man that's really serving Yahweh Shem Shai. This is what I believe what a man would say. Verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Was ye not that I must be about my father's business? Right? We have to be about our father's business. Yo, it's very hard teaching this word because speaking can bring you either honor or disgrace. What you say can ruin you. When you drop down to verse 42, it says, Yahweh Shai increased in wisdom and stature, which most of us increase in wisdom and spiritual stature and in favor with the Most High and men. Some of us might be getting favor of the Most High, but we might not get favor of men where people want to hear you teach this word. They're looking for another video, right? But if brothers don't got crazy, views and all of that, and nobody watching you, if you have a household, those are your sheep. The brothers you labor with, those are the other shepherds that you become a better shepherd with, but your family is your first flock, you know or your friends or your family members if they is in this truth, you know but we must be about our father's business. To being about your father's business is to make sure that you're consistent with what you're bringing out your mouth, right? Make sure, be certain about what you believe and consistent in what you say. Don't try to please everyone or agree with everything people say, right? And I could do a video and it just make me think of something that Elder Tahar was saying in his video. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows that we singing the same song, let alone I might be laming off of what he said. And if you go watch those videos, I probably brought out a few scriptures he brought out, or I probably didn't bring out the scriptures he brought, and I probably went a little further. And it just, for the students, it's gonna show, okay, that brother must be reading. Oh, that brother know what he getting into. Because it's very hard to be a teacher. It's hard to be diligent every time when you have obstacles hitting you left and right. You know, when we came in this thing, through the Spirit, the Lord already told us in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, which is very plain. You know, it says, verse 1, it says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Shema Shai, prepare thyself a temptation. Now, the men, we are the real servers, out of the whole nation. The men are the true elect men, really the 144,000. We are the true servers of Yahweh Shema Shai. Something just came to mind. I don't know if I'm right, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong with the precept I'm thinking in my head. Salaki. I could have swore this was it right here. Maybe it's... Wait, hold on. It might be here. Wait. Where is it at? See, I knew I was gonna want to bring this out, but this is not what I want. So lucky, y'all. I'm so sorry, family. I was really looking. I was looking for something. It might come back to me when I probably end this video. Yeah, most likely it's gonna come back to me when I get out this video, right? So again, because we talking about, be consistent and believe in what you're saying. It's another one that I wanted to go to. I think I'll just go back to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 again, because there's some more gems in there. Verse. This is verse 26. Sirach 6:26. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy heart, which is talking about, this is going into wisdom. Come unto her with the whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. I went to this is because um, especially right before you teaching, you're gonna want to search all wisdom, all aspects from the left to the right before you even start teaching. Right now, if you want to be a person that's teaching the sincere milk, you're gonna go into the sincere milk and make sure you're reading it and lining it up before you go ahead and go teach. If you want to tap in prophecies, which I used to never do until Dan said something, a brother I was used to labor with, you know, then you start reading, but yeah, you start watching videos. You see how brothers break it down, and then you understand that it's way deeper than that. Because you can go in these scriptures, but to even prove, like, especially when you're dealing with certain nations, if we're dealing with 3 wars that America went through that wasn't on this land, you would have to go search those Indian those 3 wars. I think it was a Britain war, a French war, and a Spanish war. You would have to go look at that outside the Bible, like Wikipedia, which is history. Biblios is biblical. Biblical is historical. So all these things is history. So when you line up history, it proves that, oh yeah, that actually happened. So we have to really be sure about this, right? And I'll close out with this one. I'm sorry that this is not like a deep lesson. This is for like brothers, especially for the brothers that's actually teaching, and for sisters that's teaching young kids, man. You want to be certain about what you believe, and be consistent in what you say. Everything that you flow should be consistent. And then if you do mess up, you should be one of them people that come back and recorrect your mistakes. Revelations chapter 1 verse 1, the revelation of Yahushai, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. This is John in prison, right? So we're going to drop down verse 2. Who bear record of the word of the Most High, and of the testimonies of Yahushua Hamashiach, and of all things that he saw. So it's testimonies of Yahushua that St. John seen, right? Verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Which is at hand? The kingdom is at hand. So for the ones that's reading, Lord willing, because our forefathers, they didn't have all the scriptures. Now we have all the scriptures where we can see the times where we made a mistake, where we didn't really truly believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, and the time where we crucify Yahweh Shem Shai. Understanding the schoolmaster and understanding by faith, you're going to believe in all these things and you're going to naturally do them. To understand when you come serve the Lord, don't always think about better days, when you can already be living almost comfortable, and then you ain't never thinking about terrible coming. And then when terrible come, you just want to give up your faith, And just because my household, we got a new car, we got this, we got family, don't get comfortable. Something terrible can happen. We had moments. I got in a car, a drunk driver hit me, messed up, ding, ring a ding ding my finger. You see, it can't close. And that was my wife car that she drove from ATL. We can't get comfortable and just think shit is just gonna be cool just because, hey, this brother got another wife. Oh yay! No, it don't work like that. You know. Then, having a car, way back I had another Impala. That problem happened. Then you get a car that I'm a brother that's in this truth. My car got taken. They be like, oh, that brother must have been sinning and been wicked. Sometimes the Lord can chastise you and you ain't even do nothing. The Lord can chastise you because he testing your faith. Job didn't do nothing. He got tested, you know. And what am I supposed to do? I could ball up, not serve the Lord again, but I have to be prepared that worse is gonna come. See Yarmayan, yo, you gonna get a new one anyways. I'm not thinking, I don't know, I don't got that money, and next thing you know, the Lord, I got another car. But at the end of the day, you can get blessings and you can get evil done to you, man. What did Job say? He said, I'm gonna receive good and evil by the hand of the Lord. If you just think this shit is just one sided, you're a freaking loser, man. Only in the kingdom is gonna be one sided when the righteous is gonna be pampered. We gonna have something to brag about. So Lord willing, this was edifying and on the point. You know, I'm sorry, y'all gotta go back to work. For the ones that did watch, Lord willing, it was edifying. For the ones that it wasn't, you know, I got you in my prayers. Lord willing, we are the hopeful elect. And if not, you know, fire and brimstone is, you know, right there, you know. So with that, I'm gonna just say Shalom, Kwame Yasharella, Yahweh speed.